M3 development car. Today we want to talk to you about tuning, something that we are semi-familiar with here at Stay Tuned. We've partnered with Bootmod and XHP to be able to deliver the best that the BMW tuning platform can. They're both fantastic, new, innovative, cloud-based tuning platforms for most of the newer generation BMWs. We've got our F80 strapped to the hubs at the moment, where it's completely mechanically standard. Literally, we're going to run through, we're going to run it up standard. We're going to run it up with what's a pretty popular, what Bootmod calls 0+ map, which is a CS calibration from the M3 CS. We're then going to run it up with a stage 1 off-the-shelf Bootmod map to show you what a super simple modification can do for the power and torque output of your, in this case, S55, but any of the newer generation B or S series engines from BMW or N55. So let's run it up, let's see what happens. Alright, we've given the M3 a hard time on the hubs. We've arranged all the data on the Hub Dyno, and we're going to run you through the differences between stock, CS and a stage 1 calibration off the shelf from Bootmod. So let's zoom into the dyno. What we're showing you here on our mainline hub is a stock run on this particular F80. So if we scroll over to the top of the map with the 1998 graphics, you can see we made a peak of 326.6 newton meters of power, or kilowatts of power even. And if we scroll over here, we make a peak torque figure of 557.7 newton meters. Let's bring up the CS calibration. So again, factory BMW, it's just an option as an OTS map when you get your Bootmod calibration done by us. As you can see, let's move this out of the way, big gains through the mid-range. We're at a peak now of 339.8 kilowatts, so a gain of about 13 kilowatts at the wheel peak to peak, but you've got that earlier than the factory map made peak power, and you've got a nice 10 to 20 kilowatt gain all the way through the mid-range, everywhere from about 3,200 RPM up to 6 grand, give or take. Nice gain. And the same thing with torque. We're now up at about almost 610 newton meters. So, you know, a sort of a 60, 70 newton meter gain in torque in the mid-range, which you will definitely feel. It is actually I've been driving the car around with the CS calibration a fair bit, and it is significantly nicer, more linear power delivery than stock. So now let's bring up the stage 1 calibration from Bootmod. As you can see, not even in the same ballpark as it was before. So blue standard, red CS, yellow is stage 1. So we've made a peak of 369.2 kilowatts, so another 35 kilowatt gain, 30 kilowatt gain over the CS, but the impressive bit's actually here in the mid-range. So here at about 5,200 RPM as an example, the standard, the car was making 281 kilowatts, CS 315, stage 1 364.5. Enormous mid-range torque gains. And same thing again with obviously outright torque, just shy of 700 newton meters of the wheels. So you've gained about 160 newton meters at the hubs, which is enormous, and you will absolutely feel that. It is a completely different car to drive, and I cannot stress enough, this has not a single mechanical modification to anything. Standard exhaust, standard intake. Haven't even actually done an oil change since we've owned the car. Standard spark plugs, which is not something we recommend. The only reason we've done that is the poor thing's about to be torn apart to bring you the next set of videos that we're going to be doing on the M3. So I think moral of the story is if you own a modern BMW, you would be absolutely mad not to at least go for a stage 1 off-the-shelf boot mode tune. Obviously everything is dyno checked back to back, data log, make sure it's all safe. It just transforms the way the car's drive. So until next time, stay tuned.